Greetings again from Wings. Glad to be part of this Win with Wings. Today I want to speak about Wings Dream Homes. You know, though we are an activation, events, digital company, and we go around talking to brands saying, give us business because we won't help you to build. I like to share these small stories of what Wings did for brands today, which is still there in the market. Because I tell everybody, it's not what we talk about. A lot of brands are out there, activation brands and events brands are out there talking. But most important is not what we talk, it's the fruits of what we do. So Win with Wings is actually fruits of wings. We've been in the business for 25 years, 10 more years of partnership, so that makes me 35 years in this industry. And I'm glad to share the story of what we did for a paint company, a leading brand of paints. Appointed Wings to do in-shop demonstration. We had more than 800 people across India standing in front of shops, meeting people who came to buy the paints, mainly the applicator, the painter who comes to your house and paints. And we noticed in the reports, many of our in-shop demonstrators or brand ambassadors at the shop mentioned how the paint company, their applicators would come in with empty cans of the leading brand of paint and would actually walk right in and go and meet the dealer, speak to the dealer and take a local brand, because the leading brand was well known, Asian Paints, and the other brands were not so well known. So they used to take those brands and put it into the empty can and then clean it up and then take it to the shop, they take it to the house and show to the owner, say this is Asian Paints, and probably get better margins. And this was not happening across, it was not happening in few shops, it was happening across India. So I remember we went into the salespeople, the sales team, and we mentioned it, and they told us that we know this is happening, can you come up with a good idea to overcome this? Because the retailer was involved, the applicator was involved. And so Wings got down, put on our thinking cap, and we thought of an idea where we said, why don't we make the brand paint a home directly and give a guarantee to the owner of the home? It was a great idea. But there were two more steps. One, we had to get the paint. So we said, for this solution, we get the paint from the paint company directly to the customer's house. The second challenge was, who does the painting? Because Wings is a promotion company, we build brands. But who does the painting? And then we came up with a solution saying, why don't we tie up in every city that we do, the applicator or painter, tell them to become companies. There were individuals running around to contractors requesting for jobs. So we said, let's make them companies, let's make them build teams. And let's register them so that we could give them contracts. Every time we get a house to paint, we would let them to go and paint the house. The paint would go directly from the company to the house. The applicator would take the paint and the brush and start painting the house. And it was a great idea because it meant that the brand which sells paints actually paints the house and guarantees the house. The brand used to advertise every Wednesdays and Saturdays, small advertisements. And when we sold the idea, we said we will pilot it in Bangalore. And I remember starting it in my old office, number 180 Feet Road. And at that time, the brand themselves were not sure whether it's going to succeed. So they said, let's start it at Wings office. So we had one team manager who was heading the team. We had 10 paint inspectors who were executives, whose job was to basically take the leads, go meet the customer and try to convert them. So actually 7 of them were doing sales, 3 of them were doing service, following up the customer after the sales is done. And we had 1 quality control to ensure that we do telecalling and ensure things are good. And we had an overall business head who made sure that the order went to the right person to paint the house and bring in the applicator to do the painting. So the way it worked was, advertisements were released on Wednesday, small ads which says if you're painting your house, call us, and a number was given. The number would be a Wings number. We received the calls, and then our paint inspector would go to the house and speak to the customer, convince the customer, tell the customer how we just don't paint the house and move off. It's not a Wings guarantee, it's not an applicator or the painter's guarantee, but it's the company that made the paint that guarantees the work done. And we started this in Bangalore City. I remember we used to meet up in our small office in number 180 Feet Road in the reception. And that team in the first month did 35,000 rupees business. But by month 3, we saw we were touching 1 crore plus in orders. And this is when our client opened up their eyes and realized that this is a potential business. And there was a general manager appointed, there was a sales officer appointed, and we saw this business growing and growing. What started in Bangalore today is across India. It moves across India to almost 35 states, and I'm glad to say that Wings pioneered this idea. Today every paint company has got their own get your house painted and guaranteed, but this idea was started by Wings in their own office, and today we're glad to be part of painting homes, making our brands win. And this is what Wings does, adds value and watches the clients that we promote fly high.